was a good surprise right there, wasn't it? One of the best meditations I've heard in a long time. That's because you're being the light of the world. You could be anything you want to be, so why not be the light of the world? And it's quite obvious that when someone invites you to do a meditation, that's a good time to be the light of the world. But are you being the light of the world every day, every moment of every day, with every person? What a great, compassionate meditation. Because in all those people that we are judging or attempting to judge, can we say, they're learning about life just like me? They have the same struggles just like I have. And yet, somewhere, I've been blessed to have overcome those struggles, to have overcome the idea that struggling is a necessary part of life, because it's not meant to be that way. Life is meant to live. Life is joy. Life is love. Life is purpose. Life is compassion and understanding. Life is extension of the light that is what you are. And I become convinced that our only need as individuals, as one human family, is raising our consciousness to a higher vibration of loving awareness. Raising our consciousness to a higher vibration. That's an action that we can take. Unity teachers are committed to informing us of how to perform that action of mind to raise our vibration of consciousness. And that's what's so exciting, is because now it's not a mystery anymore. I can apply and affirm the truth in my own mind, as did our way shower Jesus, and get the same results. The results of healing, the results of oneness, the results of resurrecting from my separate state of being, my separation, my isolation, my loneliness. That truly is, it's been called our only disease, is the disease of separation. Because all of the seeming problems in this world come from the mistaken idea that we are separate from one another. And so to be about the solution would have to be about the acknowledgement and cultivation of oneness. And in order to do that, I'm going to have to be the light of the world. I can't wait for someone else to do it. But the glorious thing about it is when you start to become really who you are and shine that inner light, everyone around you seems to start shining that light too. And pretty soon you're living in that holy place that our song talked about, Sacred Love. What a beautiful song. You're living in that holy place. You're not begging for that holy place. You're not hoping someday I'll be in that holy place. You are in that holy place by your choice, by your decision. That's what I love about the teachings of affirmative prayer. Because we're not begging God for something. We're affirming a truth that's already so and already here and already true for me. We are healing our sense of fear by forgiveness and stepping up our efforts to bring more spiritual awareness to ourselves and to the world. No matter what it looks like, this is the time to shine your light. Don't get involved in the argument. Don't get involved in there's this side and that side, because it's not true. There's only one side, and that's God's side. And He's on your side. He, she, it is what you are. And no matter what it looks like, your light is the only thing the world is waiting for. That's what everyone is waiting for. Your light, your brilliance, your intelligence, your strength, your passion, your creative abilities, your beauty, your magnificence. No one else can be you except you. You're the perfect light of the world. There's only one you. No one else can do it. You are a unique expression of the divine here on earth. And I know that you have many moments where you feel that and many moments when you don't. But I'm here to remind you that that is our truth. That we are here to be a divine expression of light on earth. So I want to talk about light. I looked it up in the dictionary. And some nice, interesting definitions of light. Light is energy. Light is electromagnetic energy. It's also called luminous energy. It's energy that illuminates, energizes whatever it touches. It's radiant energy. It's electromagnetic radiation. It also is an illuminating agent or source. The radiance or illumination which is from a particular source. So I'd like to talk about our source. Think about that for a second. What is your source? What actually is that from which you were created, from which you emerged? What is that? Think about your source. And just like the light, you cannot be unlike your source. And if your source is anything less than the infinite love of God itself, all that is a mistaken idea. Because I've forgotten who I am doesn't change who I am. And because I misidentify God as something that can judge and punish, doesn't mean I've actually changed the fact that God is love and only love. So what I want to talk about more than physical light is divine light. God is light, divine light. Your Creator could never create anything unlike itself. The Course in Miracles says something very interesting. It says, ask for light and learn that you are light. Ask for light and learn that you are that light. So instead of asking for something to come to me from out there, when I ask for light, I experience myself differently. I experience something happening within me that connects me to the rest of the universe and literally brings me into an experience of oneness. It's an experience. And that experience is something that we're all looking for, that we all crave. From my Bible dictionary, in the back of my Bible, it has a beautiful concordance and dictionary, helps explain some of the terms. It says the ancients held light to be holy. Hence, the Bible associates God with light. He not only lives in the light, He is the light. Thus it is when God becomes incarnate, that is the light of the world. When God becomes incarnate, that's the light of the world. Jesus discovered He was God incarnate, but He also discovered that realization was immediately available to everyone. That everyone could come into the awareness that they too are God incarnate. And they too can act as if they are God incarnate. It comes down to a decision of, what do you want to represent? What do you want to really experience? What do you really desire in your heart? If you really truly desire peace and oneness, then you're going to have to be that peace and oneness. Ask for light and learn that you are light. It's the same. Ask for peace, learn that you are peace. Ask for love, learn that you are love. That you are going to be the one who will bring that light, that peace, that love into every situation. No matter what it looks like. Because situations, all of them are temporary. This is not situational Christianity. This is practical Christianity. That's the tagline that Unity uses. A positive path for spiritual living. It's practical because I can apply it in my mind and get immediate results. So Jesus knew that it was immediately available. Now, why don't we experience it? Because we're hiding that light under a bushel. I love Matthew 5:14. Every little child learns this scripture, and we all have memorized it. You are the light of the world. Don't hide your light under a bushel. Put it up on the hill so all the city can see it. A light that is set on a hill cannot be hid. So once the light is ignited in you, once you begin to awaken and illuminate your consciousness, you can't hide it. It's impossible. You walk around and say, wow, something's going on with you. I'm feeling a vibration, a communication between us that transcends this physical environment and feels good. Something is healing in me. I'm getting bright thoughts. My judgments are gone. I'm not complaining anymore. I stopped smoking, drinking, and everything else that was hurting me. I got rid of all the thoughts that no longer serve me. My life's doing pretty good. What happened? What happened was I was living in the light. And I began to attract the same light to me. Isn't that amazing? Well, I've identified myself as many things and many personalities with many different interests. But the one thing that you cannot hide is the vibration of your heart, what you're feeling inside. Your mind might not be able to understand it at first, but it will catch up. And that's the beauty of unity teachings to me, is that it helps me to train my mind to accept who I really am and what I have always been in the mind of God. One of the things they did back in Jesus' time is they used oil for their lights in their houses. And sometimes they get mad at one another and they would hide their light under the basket so that the other people couldn't use their light, because they wanted to keep the oil burning just for themselves. And so part of this is don't be selfish. Is let everybody in the whole room or everyone in the house enjoy your light. You don't want to force them to burn their oil up as well. So if anybody had a light going, you could gather around that light. So part of not hiding it under a bushel at that time was let everyone in the house enjoy your light. So if you have a spiritual experience, if you have enjoying the prosperity, let everyone enjoy that light. Let's teach each other what we have learned. All these things about healing and prayer and prosperity, all the things that work for us, we're going to teach each other. It's amazing. It's wonderful. We were learning about the 12 powers the other night. We have a beautiful movie about the 12 powers of unity, which many people have not understood for years. The teachings of Charles Fillmore, the 12 powers. We have some DVDs back there if you want to learn more about it, because it's a great movie, and it's interviews with all these unity ministers. One of the older unity ministers and authors that I like to read from is this guy, Eric Butterworth. And he has a beautiful book called Discover the Power Within You. And he writes, "Ye are the light of the world." Isn't that a wonderful thought? The light of the world? The very spirit of truth? That's you. You are the very activity of God in expression. So there is no place where the light of God is any more present than where you are right now. And there is no one who is any more privileged to radiate that light than you. Shine your light. That's all it takes. That's all your soul is asking you to do. Shine that light. Just shine that light. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And you know when you're doing it because you start to feel really good. You start vibrating with a peace and a compassion and an understanding which you cannot really describe sometimes, but you know it's happening. Now, Jesus knew that the Spirit in man is a miracle-working power. He knew that we do not experience that power because we make it too hard for Spirit to express. We cover up the light with a lot of stories, a lot of mistaken stories about who we are in separation. None of them are true, my friends. Not one. The truth of you is you are the light of the world. And you are a divine expression of that light in every way possible. So it doesn't take away what you're doing in the world. It doesn't take away who you are appearing as in the world and what your talents and passions seem to be. All it's telling you is that's a divine energy and must be expressed in a divine manner. Because if you're using it in any other manner, you're hurting yourself. You're attacking yourself. That's why when you judge another, you're judging yourself. When you bless another, you're blessing yourself. It's just that simple. And we teach this to small children. I believe it's one of the best things we can do, is to teach this mindful living to small children. Because they will grow in that spirit and not in the spirit of judgments and condemnation of their brothers and sisters around them. When they have a conflict, they take responsibility for it. Release it. Move on with their day in love. What a beautiful thing. If we can all remember to do that, we'll be a lot better off, don't you think? So we judge ourselves and we judge the world by what? Appearances. Not by the truth. We judge ourselves first, and then we judge the world by appearances. And what does that do to us? It makes us measure a man's possibilities by his past experience rather than by his innate potential. So we're judging the past. We're not looking for the innate potential, the divinity, the light of the world in our brothers and sisters. We're judging based on a past story that's already over. Why do we want to carry the past into the future when we can have a brand new moment? Here we go. God can work a miracle for you if you don't make it too hard. That's what Jesus was saying over and over. Know the truth about yourself, about the indwelling potential of your own divinity. Know the divine law and open your inner eye to see life from a higher dimension. I love it. And that's on every page of these books, these beautiful unity teachers. There are many ways to express it, but the key is to focus your mind on it. Don't get too carried away in the concepts. Take the truth, the simplicity of it. Focus your mind on it. Know who your source is. Know whatever seems to be happening, that you can go back to this. They're simple ideas. They're perfect ideas. And most of all, they are true ideas. And you can always go back to these true ideas and know that the truth is what will set you free each and every time. That light is what you are. You truly are the light of this world. It's in every one of us. And you know that that's a lead into a song. I love you guys so much. It is in every one of us. So don't forget, you're the light of the world, my friends. It's you.
You have been watching the message from our Sunday celebration service here at Unity on Cape Cod, providing a positive path for spiritual living. Please join us every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. at 147 Walton Ave, Hyannis, Mass. And visit us online at www.unityoncapecod.org.